Well, good morning. Today is 9/11. We are just leaving a lock that we bumped into. It was like bump. Um, Gray, rainy day. We're on our way to Honfleur. Everybody remembers where they were on 9/11. I was employed by Discover, the credit card company. Our morning water is all set off the Excursion. It's moist. We are on our way to Honfleur, and they just made an announcement because of what they call the lockmaster, the lock monster. We are very delayed, and we're not getting there till 11 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. But they are giving each person €25 to have lunch in Honfleur. That's really pretty good of them. We have a swan parade out there. And this is where we are, Le Havre. It's going to be a 45-minute bus ride to Honfleur. And we only spent an hour there, and then we turn around and come back here. And there's supposed to be an afternoon sightseeing walk through Le Havre, but I am not going to do that.
We
don't pronounce the H's.
We have a very bad accent here. And we need between 30 and 45 minutes to Honfleur. We are going to drive through the port of Le Havre, and then we'll take a very nice bridge, which is named the Normandy Bridge, and we will reach Honfleur, which is on the other side of the Seine River. Le Havre, it is located on the northern bank, and Honfleur is on the southern bank. We are going to see two ships when we turn here on our left-hand side. On the right-hand side there's the ferry, which connects Le Havre to Portsmouth, one departure every day. It's a very industrialized city. The port is the second biggest port in the French country. It is going to be built offshore, north of Le Havre, for 3 kilometers. To 24 miles.
If a ship wants to keep going on the river, it needs a special, construction like a double hull for the equinox before the full moon
to get across.
So imagine that before the connection, before 1995, it was very complicated to connect the two parts of Normandy.
That is the estuary of the Seine, which flows into the English Channel. Honfleur has more than 1,000 years of history. From the 12th century onwards, it became an important crossing point for goods transiting via the sea to England. In order to be protected from enemy invasions, the town was fortified and did not cease to grow with the expansion of maritime trade. Bonjour and welcome to Honfleur. I was here over 30 years ago with my mother, ma mère, and we stayed here for several days. Joel and I are just going to wander around. We're not taking the walking tour. It's very, very tiny. There is a population of perhaps 6,000 people. Cannot get lost. So please come with us. Let's see what's in the fish market first. We do a little degustation right here. Love mussels and I love oysters, wheat. On all du commerce, main square here. The little carousels from 1900 has been set up every year since 1995 in front of the town hall. It is noon. A little winged monkey creature from the Wizard of Oz. There are at least 4 other river boats that are in town. There are 2 Vikings. This ship would have to be double hulled with smaller windows to actually come this way and on the Seine. We had to get off the Seine into a canal to get here. This is a postcard view. That is a Claude Monet, the square and bell tower. It was built in the 15th century at the end of the 100 Years' War. St. Catherine's Church was built entirely in wood gathered in the nearby forest. In its original form of an overturned double-hull boat, it's because of Honfleur's workers' excellent knowledge of shipbuilding. Thus, St. Catherine Church is the largest wooden church in France. The original church only had one nave, the north nave, opposite the bell tower. In 1496, work began on a second nave, and it was enlarged by 3 arches. Joel just said, if you want to knock on wood, this is the place. It is the oldest wooden church in Europe. The bell tower is separate from the body of the church, as the wooden structure could not support the weight of the bells, which numbered at different times 4 or 6. The building remained unchanged from the end of this work at the beginning of the 16th century until 1829, when it was rebuilt. I guess they sure knew how to build them in those days, didn't they? Claude Monet's. Local alcohols, pastis. She said the locals call Calvados Calva. Charming, charming, charming. They have some Relais and Chateau hotels here. I like that too. Caramels of Normandy, different kinds of chocolate. He's half the man he used to be, that is correct. Oh, merci beaucoup. That could be a mole heaven. That house is really bowing in the center. St. Leonard's Church was built in 1186, but destroyed during the 100 Years' War. Rebuilt at the beginning of the 16th century, this religious building has been created in tribute to Leonardo, a young noble of King's Clovis court. He is considered the holy patron of prisoners. Well, that's certainly good to know if I'm ever in a prison. The portal is a magnificent testimony to the rich and flamboyant Gothic architecture of the time. Are you sick of half-timbered houses yet? I am stopping to smell the roses. Carpe diem. The two of us could have gone speeding through Honfleur in 15 minutes. Of course, the shops, except for the real Satski shops, closed for lunch until 2 o'clock. It would have been a lot prettier, of course, if the sun was out, the soleil. And here is our lunch. When I first began coming to Paris in the 70s, you had to beg, borrow, or steal a glass of ordinary water. They would bring a teeny-weeny little pitcher for 7 people, and they'd give you such nasty looks. Now, you can say, oh, monsieur, could I have de l'eau ordinaire. And they go, certainly. August 25th, 1944, the liberation of Honfleur. Glory, Angleterre, USA, Russia, and Belgique, valiant Belgium, and all the Allies. And let us say amen to that.